It's 11 o'clock at night, and there it is again, the notification you shouldn't have opened. Artificial intelligence could replace your function within the next 5 years. It's not the first time you've read it. You've read it in different versions, in different headlines, for months now, each time with a little more data and a little more technical certainty behind it. But this time, something in your chest tightens differently. You run through the numbers you've mastered, the decisions you've made well, the years it took you to get here, the expertise no one else in the room has. And none of those achievements manage to silence the question, because it isn't only your position that you feel is threatened. It's control itself. The illusion, so comfortable while it lasted, that if you worked hard enough, if you planned carefully enough, if you prepared better than anyone else, the future belonged to you. 2,000 years ago, a man who had been born a slave, who had no control over his own body, nor over where he slept, nor over who decided his fate, taught the most liberating idea in Western philosophy. His name was Epictetus, and he called it the dichotomy of control. There are 2 categories of things in your life, he said. Those that depend on you, your judgment, your effort, your character, how you respond to what happens to you. And those that don't depend on you, your body, your reputation, your position, the opinion of others, and yes, also the market, technology, the decision of a board that never once consulted you. Think of it in the terms of your own week. A restructuring gets announced without anyone warning you first. A role you spent years building disappears in a new organizational chart. A merger redefines overnight what your position will be, or whether you'll have one at all. None of those events was ever in your category of control. It never was. Confusing one category for the other, Epictetus taught, is the one true cause of human suffering. The error isn't that artificial intelligence keeps advancing. The error is having believed this whole time that total control over the future was ever in your hands. Marcus Aurelius was no slave. He was the most powerful man in the known world. Emperor of Rome, commander of its legions, master, at least in appearance, of more resources and more power than you will ever hold. And even with that power, he could not stop the Antonine Plague, a pandemic that devastated his empire for nearly 15 years and killed, by historians' estimates, millions of people under his own rule. He could not control the war against the Marcomanni on the northern frontier, a campaign that cost him generals, resources, and robbed him of peace for nearly his entire reign. He could not even control who his own son, Commodus, would become, the heir who would go on to govern Rome worse than almost any other emperor in its history. And yet, every night, by candlelight, in the middle of military camps and warring frontiers, he wrote, not plans of conquest, notes to himself. You have power over your mind, not over outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If not even the absolute power of an emperor could buy control over tomorrow, where did you get the certainty that you should have it? But even Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, with all their wisdom, reach a limit. They teach you, with surgical precision, to let go of what you don't control. What neither of them tells you, because neither of them had it, is what holds up then whatever you let go of. You can accept that the future doesn't belong to you. But then, whose is it? The gospel doesn't ask you to pretend you have a control you never had. It asks something harder and more liberating, that you hand it over to someone who actually has it, as it is written in the Gospel of John. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give it to you as the world gives it. Let not your heart be troubled, nor let it be afraid. This isn't the peace that depends on the market calming down, on your position staying safe, or on the next headline about artificial intelligence leaving you out of it. It's a peace the world didn't give you, which means the world can't take it away either. There's an enormous difference between surrendering to chaos, resigned, and receiving a peace that was already available before the first machine ever existed, and that will still be available long after the last one. This is where the Stoic and the believer, after two completely different paths, end up saying the same thing in different words. The Stoic disciplines his judgment. The believer receives a peace that doesn't depend on circumstances. Both arrive at the exact same point. Peace never depended on predicting what's coming. It always depended on where you place your attention today. This isn't theory. Here's what it looks like on an ordinary Monday morning. You review what actually depends on you, your preparation, your judgment, the quality of your work, and you consciously let go of what doesn't. This week's headline, the hallway rumor, the exact date something is supposed to change. An algorithm can learn to do your job. It cannot learn to hold up your character, your integrity, or the calm with which you choose to respond tomorrow morning. That remains just as it did 2,000 years ago, entirely yours, unless you hand it over to anxiety instead of handing it over to something greater. It's 7 in the morning. The same notification is still there, unopened on the same screen, but your chest doesn't tighten the same way anymore. Because today, you're not going to work to control the future. You never could, and now you finally know it. You're going to work with the one thing that was always yours: your effort, your character, the decisions of the day in front of you. Everything else, the market, the technology, whatever hasn't happened yet, you hand over consciously to a supreme being greater than yourself. The noise of the world is temporary, but your peace is non-negotiable. Your mind cannot change the past, nor can it govern the future. This is the law of the present. The Creator sustains you. If you are ready to reclaim your center and take back control, leave your anchor in the comments. Let it be your silent declaration that today, no matter what, you choose to inhabit the now. Return to the center.